Good afternoon, everyone. It's amazing how much damage is happening across the planet to our infrastructure, our countries, and our food supply. Let's look around the world and see what's happening. I'm going to start you off here with North Carolina, but not from Hurricane Helene. This was that unnamed storm that popped up and had once in a thousand year flood coastal. And you look at the date of that, September 16th, just a few weeks before Helene landed. And we'll take a look at the largest rainfalls, 12 inches per hour off the multi-sensor Q3 pass. And you can see the varying amounts. But this was coastal, so it went right out to sea, although it did damage an enormous amount of crops, and that was saying trying to get heavy machinery into the fields, not going to happen. And then scrolling through X, this is the before and after images near map here. So this is Lake Lure. You can see the befores on the right, and then what it looked like after with all the debris, the logs just scoured down through Chimney Rock and then out into Lake Lure. Again, you're looking at the before and after and how much the riverbed had changed course during this. And it's a newly sculpted landscape. It literally is. So what was far from the river, well, not far, but several hundred feet is now at the riverbank. More drastic examples are homes were there with roads, and now that is the new center of the river. It had moved how many hundreds of feet, and we saw this again and again and again. Now, if you look at the image on the right, the after, you'll see that V shape. That's the base of the bridge, and then you come another circular part there. It was somebody's yard or whatnot. But that entire covered bridge is wiped out, and you can see how much the banks have expanded and eroded in and caused more landslides. That entire road's gone. So again, you have to rebuild from the base up. There's nothing else to build on top of. And if we look how the river had taken a new course through this set of homes here, looking for that bright red house that's in the middle, and you can see approximately everything else that's been taken away, 10 plus homes there. And obviously this new river is not going to be a good area to live on due to flood risk again. Before and after, bridge is gone, wiped out. But you can see the remnants of it between those two little green hut houses there. You can see the bridge was there. The large Lego brown roof is now at the edge, and anything in front of that is gone. So, you see how much the river's changed course during this. And another one here, you use the house at the top right for reference. The gray roof is now at the river, and those other two homes, not really sure what happened to them. But again, it would be a complete rebuild for anybody there. And also talking about extremes, I haven't seen this kind of lightning before. Look how it's vibrating as it comes in. Plasma arcing, it's intensifying. Now on to Comet Atlas. Again, trying to watch last night. Full moon came up a little early for us. This is your very much last chance going to be able to see it. We're at the super full moon, and this is going away from us here. Earth down at the bottom left there. And you can see, follow that purple line where Atlas is going up, 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 and away from us. So northern latitudes, better viewing. And I just wanted to give you some glimpses of it. And again, this is right at sunset, so look west. It's coming in through Soho and, whoa, Lascaux C2. You can see that. It was brightening considerably, but now with the moon, it's a little less visible, but beautiful image here. And the anti-tail present. Speaking of digestive issue, this is caused by a potential toxin that's in all of the, quote, healthy foods that scientists have long been telling us to eat with a fraudulent food pyramid for the longest time. This potential toxin causes digestive issues according to Dr. Gundry, a world-renowned cardiologist. This is affecting millions of people nationwide. Warning signs include weight gain, fatigue, digestive discomfort, stiff joints, and skin problems. I can assure you that the damage is probably caused by these healthy foods. The good news is you can easily help fix the problem from your own home. You can find this information yourself, gutcleanseprotocol.com/adapt. That's gutcleanseprotocol.com/adapt. Because after years of research, Dr. Gundry has decided to release an informative video to the public for free, showcasing exactly which foods you need to avoid. GutCleanseProtocol.com/adapt, or click on that link in the description box below. And now on with the video. And since there's so much with comets and connectivity to the sun, I wanted to roll you back here. Electric currents flowing through the crust. Remember that unusual solar storm that sent red aurora just about a week ago? Well, here is what the voltage charge on top of the electric supertension wires was. 5 volts per kilometer. I remember talking with Lee Wheelbarger long ago, and he said that it would be at the minimum 2 volts per kilometer, and that exceeded more than doubling. So his research is right on the money. Give a shout out to Lee Wheelbarger for predicting this in advance. The most highly affected electrical disruptions where, well, the darkest red are. And that's where have been the highest and most intense aurora. It goes hand in hand. And we can see a lot of this happening right now. These, just the Earth-directed and Earth's magnetic field weakening, just a huge amount of cascading possibilities for electrical transference onto the planet here. Another way to say that is smaller CMEs are going to have a greater impact. So if it's a X10 or X20, that's going to have some serious electrical disruption possibilities. And if you've been feeling kind of skittish or kind of off base the last few days or a week or so after this latest solar storm, overcharged electrical atmosphere would explain that. Grounding is a great way to rid yourself of that angsty feeling, because that's an overcharge where that electricity just spinning through your body. It just doesn't, air around you is more electrified. It doesn't know where to go. You need to ground it out and take it into some beautiful azure waters. But this is not Florida. Getting some images from Hurricane Milton, just the absurd shelf clouds coming in. I slowed this down so you can get a glimpse of, if you saw that coming at you, that would be definitely time to move indoor. And any kind of atmosphere looks like a wave flowing. If you've been underwater and you've seen that crash on top of you, you'll know what I mean. But during this disturbance, finally, we have some numbers here. This is National Weather Service tornadoes in Florida, taking the number 2 spot over Alabama, which would be in spring. So 126 tornadoes. October 9th is the final in the book on that. And check out this tornado ripped right through a solar farm. This is what the damage looks like from the air. You can see the track of the tornado easily. Now, I just don't have a vast scale for you here on how wide it would have been. But again, repairing that is going to take a little bit. And speaking of solar panels, this one is odd. Spain, government expropriates land under their eminent domain laws, and we'll cut down thousands of olive trees from farmers in these 2 areas, more in Cordoba, to put up, well, a PV plant. Explain that one to me, but we'll see how much generation this could put out versus export revenues off of the olive oil. Just saying. Another bit of food gone. And we're starting to see this rollover period here. What is it with food being destroyed and the integration of tech over what was food growing lands? Places we could grow fruits, vegetables, olive trees, any type of orchard management. And now a lot of co-ops have stopped buying fruit just on a dime from all these farmers that were in their co-ops for 100 years. You could see one. I did a report in Australia, also did another report, British Columbia. So what is it that suddenly we don't need your local fruit anymore? We're just going to import it from around the world. Y'all out of business, 100 years, don't care. And now just scraping down vast amounts of our food production lands to put in tech. Do you see a trend here, is what I'm asking. If you do, put it in the comment box below. I'd like to see what you think too. And over to Oman. This is not even a cyclone. This is just a weather pattern moving in. And that really light purple for y'all is 5 inches at 125 millimeters making landfall. Again, when we talk about fronts, if you saw this coming in and you're living in the desert and it's an incredibly dry place, you might want to think about heading inside. And some more images coming off the beaches there. of people noticing how strange of an event is and capturing it. Again, if you see this coming off coastal, you're used to some storms, but you would know this is something significant. So the amount of rain that's dropping, as you can see, is not normal, running down the streets, inundating the water catchment and runoff areas, which, again, every time we get floods, if there's nowhere for the water to run, your streets are the easiest path of least resistance and become the rivers. And then we have standing water as well, but you don't expect this in the desert in Oman to become lake-like. Would you? Unless there's a massive change on a multi-thousand-year scale here. A cycle is returning because the deserts once used to be green in these same areas. And to all you fog fans out there, Saudi Arabia getting the fog banks. What do you think about the desert having this much fog? Yeah, that would be I think something's wrong, also in my book. But back to tranquil waters. This is in Pakistan, Basho Valley. Gonna end off here with a little bit of tranquility. You got your protective gear on? This was found in a dig in England. With the best guess date, guessed at, unknown. And as you can see, it doesn't matter thousands of years ago or present day, people see the warning signs across the skies, across the earth, saying, hey, something is inbound, you might want to get a little more ready. People take that in different ways, forms, and fashions. But I do appreciate you watching. Hope you got something out of the video. If you have any comments about what you think is going on and why things are become wetter in the deserts, please let me know in the comments below. Get a conversation going. I do appreciate you watching. Hope you got something out of the video. And please remember to subscribe to the Adapt 2030 BitChute and Rumble channels. We'll be streaming on live Rumble tonight, Thursday, 10 p.m. to midnight. Ransom God with myself every Thursday night. See you then, and bye for now.